Hello my gorgeous friends on the internet, welcome to another exciting tutorial. So today I've decided to make something cool. So today I'm going to show you how to write a custom Android specific code. Okay, so let's say you have this plugin that you want to use and it's not actually giving you what you want, and you already know native code like Swift, Kotlin. So you want to see a way to write those code in Kotlin or Android and then call it inside your Flutter app to get same functionality. Okay, or let's say Flutter don't have a toast a toast widget except you use a plugin or a package outside Flutter. So let's say you don't want to use those plugins, you want to create your own, like you want to connect to Android, write the toast message, and then once you click on a button and Flutter, you're going to call that toast message and show it on your screen. Okay, that's basically what I'm going to show you today. And if I show you this, you can actually use it to integrate other functionality from your native code down to your Flutter application. So this is a basic Flutter app we get out of the box whenever we create a new project. So you can see it's just basic. So I'm not going to write any code here. The only thing I'm going to do is this floating action button. So instead of it incrementing this stuff, it's going to show the toast for us whenever we click on it. So what I'm going to do, I'll just change this to a normal function call. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Okay, so for now I'll just print out show toast. Okay, so whenever we click on this, it's going to display the toast by communicating with our Kotlin code inside, and Flutter in VS Code it should show. Okay, but that's just printing our toast. So what we're going to do now, first thing first, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, you can just minimize this and make this thing full screen. So to actually write a platform specific code, I'm going to open the Android module in a separate Android Studio file. So here we have this Android module. You can see Android, but if you are doing for iOS, you have this iOS module which you can open with Swift, with S code to make it work. So now I have this Android module. I'm just going to right click on it, or instead of right clicking on it, just go to tools. Okay, click on tools and go down to Flutter. You should see open Android module in Android Studio. So I'm going to click on that. So they will ask me this window or new window. Presently I want it to be in a new window so that I'll be able to write to call the function from this window. So I'll click on new window and just wait for it to build and also launch every other thing that is needed. Okay, so while this is building, I guess I can just let me just talk a little bit about what this platform specific code means. Basically this video I'm just going to describe how to write a custom Android specific code, because I'm not going to be writing for iOS. This is a Linux system, so I cannot install S code on it. Okay, so some platform specific functionality are available through existing packages, but in this video I'm just going to show you how to do your own, and later on in the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to create your own Flutter plugin. Remember in my previous video I showed you how to create a Flutter package. This one is a plugin. The difference between a plugin and a package is that packages just contains basically that code, but a plugin contains platform specific code where you call your function from Kotlin or iOS and then display it on your Flutter application. Okay, just stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to create a USSD and an SMS plugin using platform specific method. All right, but that will be in my next video. So let's see, the first thing we are going to do is to first of all, we have created a new project. So now we're going to create the Flutter platform client. So to do that, I'm going to go to my, okay, why this is, okay, I guess this is done. Okay, yeah, this has finished building. So for now I'll just leave this one and go over to my Flutter app. Okay, so I'll go over to main.dat. You can see my pubspec.yaml file has no dependency, so you see it has no toast dependency, so I'm not using any toast from there. So now I'm going to go to my main.dat here, main.dat, which is there. So what I'm going to do now, okay, let's say above this, okay, right here, I'm going to create a Flutter platform client. So it's going to be a static constant variable. So I'll name it platform, okay, with a const value of method channel. So we'll be using method channel to actually communicate with the platform code. So I'll just use method channel, and the method channel needs a name. So I'm going to give this a unique name that is different. So I can just give it the name that is the package name of my Flutter application. So which is com.destinyed dot toast, okay, underscore message. All right. So this is basically the name of my method channel. So this is good. I'm also going to use this name too inside the platform specific code. So right now, the next thing I'm going to do is just to write. Is it to write a function? Yeah, it's to write a function that is going to call invoke the method from the channel. So, but before I do that, I will have to write the function first from the in the Android module side. So just go back to Android Studio. So I also want to increase this. So I'll go. You can see this is a normal. Assuming you are already an Android developer before moving to Flutter, you'll be familiar with all of this. We have the manifest file. We also have the Java. Okay. We also have the resource file where you have the durable map and values. So you also have the build.gradle inside here, the project and the app level. So right now I'm working with I'm going to open my main activity.kotlin because I'm using Kotlin, not Java. So I'll just dig deep. So we have the main activity, and you can see this is main activity.kotlin file. So what I'm going to do now is to write the Android platform specific implementation. So inside the configure Flutter engine, I'm going to create a configure Flutter engine function, like override it. So we just override. But first, before overriding that, I need to also create a channel, the same as the one I created here. So what I'm going to do, I will copy this unique name. Oops. Okay, I will copy this unique name here. All right. So copy this name. It must be the same with the one you're using inside your implementation. So I will have it like private var. So I don't want it to be changed. I want it to be constant. So I'll use this will be the name of the variable, and then I will assign it this particular name. All right. So this is the channel name for the Kotlin side. Okay, sorry, that's Kotlin don't need any semicolon. Sorry for that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now, I'll create an override function, override method. Okay, so inside the override method, I'm also going to create a method channel and call the set method call handler. Okay, so make sure if you're doing it, you use this channel, which is the same channel name as you use on your Flutter client side, which is what I just did here. So what I'm going to do now is to override this function. Okay, override function. So I will call configure Flutter engine. So you want to click on it. All right, so it will just generate all of these for us. So we have the super.configure Flutter engine. So inside here, I'm going to call the method call. Okay, a method channel. So it's going to be like this, method channel. Okay, so the method channel takes a parameter of Flutter engine. Okay, Flutter engine dot executor. So you will see that executor dot binary messenger. So once you've done that, you can terminate it with a comma, and then you call in this channel that we just did here. So channel. So if you hover on this, I believe it has, okay, this is not like float. Okay, it's showing. So if you hover on this, we have the method channel. it takes in a binary message as a messenger, and then take the name of the channel. All right. So after that, we're going to use the dot to access the object. So it's going to be like, sorry, lowercase. So dot set method call handler. Okay. So you want to make sure you click on that. So it has two things you can work with: the call and also the result. The result basically is going to return a success or an error message back to our Flutter application. So the call, we use it to call the function. All right. So what I'm going to do now is basically write the method. I'm going to write a method that we call the method that's going to call the toast. Yeah, it's going to show the toast for us. So what I'm going to do is to do something like this outside here. So I'm just going to create a private function. Okay, function show toast. Okay, so you can use this function as anything you want to do. So basically I'm just writing show toast. So what I'm going to do now is to do something like but basically this show toast, I want to return a string, right? Okay, toast is a string, so I want to return a toast. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is to do something like I will store the toast in a variable, so it's just going to be a constant variable. So this is going to be toast. Okay, toast, and I will call the toast method. I toast dot make test. So by default we have the context, so I'm going to call this. Okay, and the string, so this is platform toast. But don't worry, I'm going to show you later how to, like, instead of writing the message inside Kotlin, I'm going to show you how to write it whenever you want to call it from your Flutter app. You just type it as a parameter, and then the plugin, the Kotlin is going to show the toast for us. So now the next thing is to specify the duration. So I'll put toast dot length, so I want it to be long, and you have to go with your dot show. All right. Then now I'm going to return the toast. All right. Okay, so now we have that, right? Where is the issue coming from? Required toast found units. This is a toast. Let's see if there's any fix for that. Okay, so you just remove that. So now we are returning the toast whenever we call on this. So now what I'm going to do next is to go back to the method call. So I will say something like this: if, let's say, because in the Flutter side I'm going to specify the function I want to call, and the name of the function must match the function name inside my Kotlin code. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'll use an if statement. So if I will say call.method. So call.method from the Flutter side, which is this call here, call.method. I'll check if is equal to show method, show toast, which is this. So if it's equals to show toast, make sure you don't put this, or it's not required. So if it's equal to show toast, what do I want to do? I'm going to call this show toast function. All right. So it's going to be like this: show toast. All right. Yeah. And okay. So it's going to be like show toast. So I will have something else. So if there's no method like that, I'm going to go with results. Dot, we have result dot success. So if you want to return a success message, and basically it's here when you successfully show the toast, you want to return like results. The result is coming from this one here. So result dot success. We also have result dot error. So it's basically takes the success takes any data type. You can put a string, you can put a 7, integer, whatever you want to put. But I don't think I'll be needing results for now. I'll only need it in the else statement. So whenever the method does not exist, so I just do result dot not implemented. All right. So this is also true that method call does not, the function does not exist and all that. So now I guess I'm done with the toast side. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go back to my Flutter application. So going back right here in my Flutter app, what I'm going to do now is to just create a function that will be called. Okay, so I can remove this is not needed, it's just an increment function. So what I'll do now, let's say I want to show the toast now from my Flutter end. So I'll just write a simple function that's going to show that toast. So what I'm doing, I will set something like a future, because it's going to work as an asynchronous function. So I'll use the type of, okay, I can just remove void. So this is going to be like get toast. So I'm getting a toast from the Kotlin side. So get toast. Since I'm using a future, I need to use a sync keyword. Okay, so now I'll do something like try. I need to wrap it in try and catch, because this might throw an error. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'll wrap it in try and catch. So the catch basically is not just a catch, it's going to be like on platform exception. So if you're unable to get to the platform, so I'll just do on platform exception, and we can catch the okay, the error, and then here I can just return, or I say just print this out. Basically I'm not saying the print method, I don't know why, but we can just print, okay, e.message. Alright, and that we should fix that. So now I will, but basically you want to show an error, like you want to show a scaffold or a toast to the user. So what I'm going to do now, try, okay, blah. So what I'm going to do is actually, we have to call that method from my native channel, okay, like this method, which is show toast. So to get this method, very easy. To get this particular method, it's very easy. What you have to do is inside your try and catch, I have a final. Okay, so it's going to return the results. So the result is going to be await. So I'll use the await keyword because it's an asynchronous function, so we need to wait until it returns. So I will use this platform channel to actually access it by calling platform, okay, which is that variable dot invoke. It has a property invoke method. All right, so now what is the method I want to invoke? The method basically is, it's called show toast. So you want to make sure you copy this, Ctrl C, and go back. So now you put it as a string inside here. Alright, so you want to also make sure you close this up, and you can, what I'll need to do now is just to return the results. Yeah, okay, return the results, or I can print the results, but since print is not working, we are still good, so I can just print the results. All right, so you can still work without the print, whatever. Well, basically just know that this method is going to call the method show tools from our Kotlin end. All right, so for us to now, if we run this app, we won't be able to call like get the toast message. So to get the toast message, I need to call this method, this function method inside my button, which is my, okay, I can remove this, my floating action button. I can just call get toast. All right, so I guess we are almost done. So we are already done, not almost. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run this app and show you how it works. So I'll do a hot restart here because we have already connected with the Flutter end. So just do a hot restart. So all right, so let me bring on my emulator. Okay, here I have my emulator, so I'll do a hot restart again. All right, okay, let's wait for it. Okay, so I'll have to click on this button to actually see the toast in action. What is wrong? Okay, I think I get the message. Is a platform specific code. Just doing hot restart is not going to work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to key the app. Okay, so I will stop the app, and then I'm going to run it again. So I'm going to fast forward this process and just show you the main point. All right, our app is up and running, so I'm going to test that again. But before I test it, I want to show you my prospect.yaml file to be sure that I didn't add any toast plugin or toast package inside. So I'm going to open it up. So if you scroll down, you can see in my dependency I only have the Cupertino icons, nothing more. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on this button to call the toast function. So click on it. Awesome, this is platform toast. Now you see the toast displaying. So we have successfully connected our Flutter application with the Kotlin side, the platform Android specific code. All right, so you can click you can see how fast it is responding, so you can click this as much as you want. All right, so whenever you want to show an error message to your users, you can just use this toast method and then just show the toast. Or if you prefer snack bar, no worries. In the next video, I'm also going to show you how to create a running plugin in Flutter, okay, that you will connect. And also I'm going to show you how to publish it on pub.dev for others to use, so you can also reuse it as much as you want. But right now this test is something we can change, except if we want to change it, we have to go back to our Kotlin channel and then change this is a platform tools, which is not actually nice. So what I want to do is, whenever we want to call this function, we can just pass the string. Yeah, whenever I want to call the function, I can close this up. So whenever close this up also. So whenever I want to call this function, we want to pass the specific text we want the users to see. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do, I will go over to this function side. So I will create a parameter. So this parameter, we separate it with a comma, an argument, sorry, and with a curly braces. You can add as many arguments as you want, because this is like an object. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I will add the name of the key of the is like a key value object. So I'm going to add the name, the key, and also the value. So the key is going to be toast message, or let's just say message. Okay, that's the name of the key. And then the text I want to show whenever the user clicks on it is going to come from this toast message. So I can just have something like a parameter, which is string message. So instead, I'm going to add it here like message. All right, so now this message, I will get it from the platform channel and then integrate it inside the toast. I will replace the string, which is this is a platform toast, to this particular one. All right, so what I'm going to do now I have the string. I should be seeing red somewhere. Okay, this is a toast message. So now whenever we are calling this toast function, we need to pass our text. So the text I'm going to pass is, I just change the channel toast message. Okay, so this is cool, but right now if you run it, it's not going to work. Do you know why? Because we still need to get the argument from the past platform channel, so that whenever we want to change the message, we don't have to go back to the platform channel anymore. We just have to change it here directly. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back to my platform channel, like the Kotlin code, and it actually has. So what I will do here now is to create another string again. So it's going to be like a message also, and it's going to have the type of string. All right, like this message of string. And instead of this custom message, I'll just change it back to this message. Okay, all right, so whenever we call that function, the message is going to show you, but right now this toast is showing red, so we need to pass another message to read, which is an argument. So to actually get this argument from the Flutter side, whatever you pass from the Flutter side, we're going to use a method call. So I'll store it inside a variable, so my message, so just use shortcut message, and then I will store it to, I'll use the call. Okay, call has something like call.arguments. Okay, call.arguments, and I'll pass the key. So basically the argument is a string. All right, Then I'll pass the key. The key is, let's see what I use as the key here. So while setting this up, I use message as the key. So I'll have to copy this message. You can see it's the key. So we'll go back and replace it here as a key. Alright. So you close this. Oh, sorry, this is not that. That always ends with a semicolon, but Kotlin don't require that. So now this toast message, I'm just going to pass the string inside, which is as message. Alright. This is showing where. That's because I need to put this with a null check. So I'm going to surround it with a null check like this. Alright, so it must not be null. Alright, so this is good, this is good, this is good, but I believe right now, let me see if this is going to work. Let's do a hot restart first. I don't know if it will require us to rebuild the app again, but let me try with a hot restart for now. But if it doesn't work, I will just rebuild the app again. So let's try with this button. Okay, so it's not working. So what? Okay, it's still showing the previous one. So what I'm going to do is to kill the app completely, and then I will run it again. Alright, so let's just give it a little bit of time. Okay, so now our app is ready to test. Alright, so now we can see we added a message like with a key, and then the message is something we can change whenever we want to change it, by just whenever we are calling the function, you change the text to that you change the string, alright, inside the function. So now I'll try this again by clicking on this button. Alright, I changed the channel toast message. Alright, you can see now this is working perfectly. Alright, so now we have successfully passed the arguments, and whenever we change this text, so I can just change this text to I just changed the text. Alright, so this is going to be I just changed the text. Alright, so you want to do a hot restart. So this one does not require us to rebuild the app again. So just do a hot restart and it's going to work. So now let's try it again. I just changed the text. You can see you can change it to whatever you want, wherever you call this function, and just change. You can call the function as many times as you want, depending on how many buttons you have. So let me say I create another button. So let me say I create another button now, like a rule. Let me just make this like a rule. Okay, so it's gonna be like a rule. So I will have another button. Control C. Okay, and alright, so we should have two buttons now. I think hot reload, we should fix that. Okay, so I have two buttons now. This first one now is like it's going to show the test. I just changed the test, and this one too is still going to show the same thing. But now I don't want both of them to show the same thing. I want to have something unique. Okay. Let's say please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, like something like this. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. Okay, so I'm going to click on this first one, but make sure you do a hot reload, sorry. And okay, if I click on this first one, it should show I just changed the text. So now if I click on this other one, it should show please don't forget to subscribe and share. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. So this is how you communicate with Android specific code, like a Kotlin or a Java code. Just create a function, use this very method to communicate with it. You can also pass an argument to it. Alright, you can also use the same method to write your Swift code. Like if you're using iOS, write your Swift code or your C++ code, and use the same channel method to call it. Write your function, use the same channel method to call the Swift code. It's still going to work the way it is. I would have shown you the example, but currently I don't have a Mac. So this is awesome. I guess you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe as we showed on this message, and give it a like, and also give it a share or to show your love. So in my next video, expect a Flutter plugin tutorial. I'm going to show you how to also publish it in pub.dev. Thank you so much, and I so much appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Do have a great and awesome day.